Welcome back to my channel. Kez here. I know it's been a minute, but yeah, I do apologize for my lack of consistency in doing these recaps and my videos in general. But my schedule, like, I could go through all the excuses of why I did not film the past episode 3's recap. But pretty much I only film during the day, so I only can film during the day because I don't have any lighting going on, any lighting equipment. So that's what I'm working on getting right now. No promises as to when I will finally have it, but I'm working on it. For now, I can only film during the day. That's why I'm limited, and if I have a billion things to do, it just doesn't happen. But yeah, let's move on with the recap of season 6, episode 4. And I forgot the name of the episode. Of course I did. But it was pretty crazy. I'm just looking at this huge fly. Anyway, yeah, it was pretty crazy. How did it start off? Do I even remember? Like, I watched this not too long ago, granted. Oh, so like the girls. Oh, it ended off with episode 3. See, I didn't talk to you guys about this. Episode 3 ended off with Allison and Jason confronting their dad about who Charles was or is, whatever. And it opens up with episode 4 opens up with Allie telling the girls what the dad said. So the dad pretty much says that Charles was their older brother, who was very troubled, as he puts it in the beginning, and they shipped him off to Radley when Allie was like 11 months old, I believe. So Jason pretty much thinks that was his imaginary friend when that was his older brother, and Allie has like no recollection of him. And they shipped him off to Radley before they actually moved to Rosewood, and they only moved to Rosewood to be closer to Charles. And the girls are like, okay, so where's Charles now? And she says, oh, Charles is dead. He killed himself when he was 16 years old. He took a bunch of pills, supposedly, and all this stuff. Now, I'm gonna just give more of my opinion on things. And I personally feel like the way it looks, okay, at least in the beginning when they first said it, the way it looked was like either Mr. D didn't know the whole story, or Mr. D did not know the whole story, and Allie's mom, what she really did was ship him off to Radley, say that he died, but took him out of Radley and let him live in Aunt Carol's house. There's a fly in here, I'm sorry. Anyway, so what it seemed like was that Charles was actually still alive, but he like Mrs. D lied about it to Mr. D, and I could believe that, because the reason why I feel like that was like a plausible thing to think was one, when Jason talks about how he tried to go to Aunt Carol's house to hide from Wilden because the mom never sold the house, and pretty much she didn't let him inside. And she's like watering plants, like she's keeping up the house and all that, and they hear a noise, so somebody was in there, but who was it? Now, I've since seen people say, oh, maybe it was Cece or somebody that Mrs. D was protecting, and then that's who ended up killing her. I don't know, that maybe Charles is actually dead, because Jason claims that Charles is dead because of the vines on his tombstone. But what if there's another body in Charles's grave? Because he was supposedly cremated. Oh my gosh, sorry, he was supposedly cremated, and his ashes spread somewhere, all when Mr. D was overseas, so he can't really vouch for any of this happening. And we all know Mrs. D was a liar, so then why did she have to lie about the dresses when Allie was little? Why did she have to lie about all this other little stuff? Why is Jason somebody else's child, you know, not Mr. D's child? There's just a bunch of things that just don't seem right. So maybe there really is more to the story, and Mr. D is lying, or just Mrs. D was lying. But I still feel like there are so many loopholes in this whole Charles situation. But pretty much what the girls think at the end of this episode is that Charles is actually dead. Well, Hannah doesn't think so, which I agree with her. But Charles isn't actually dead, or is actually dead, but somebody is trying to avenge his death, pretty much, living through him. That's why they got access to the tapes of, you know, Charles when he was younger and all that with Allison. But then Mr. D tells Allie that the reason why they had to ship Charles to Radley was because he tried to kill Allison. He put this baby in a scalding hot tub and, you know, was pretty much gonna drown her and burn her to death. Like, where did you get this child? And that was their first child. It's really weird. It's really scary. And, you know, you live with this secret for so long, you don't even try to explain to your kids at all. So, oh, you're gonna tell them when they were older. Older when? You know, like, something's not right about all of this. But I really don't know. I'm just like, some people are saying that Sarah Harvey is actually Bethany Young, and she was brainwashed to say that she's Sarah, which I can believe. Sarah doesn't seem like Sarah. I don't know. Something's just off there. And someone asked the question, oh, where are all of Sarah Harvey's friends that made the website for her and all of that? Where are they? Because she claims she doesn't have any friends, you know, and, well, she didn't say anything about her friends. What she said was, like, her mom doesn't want her there. But what about your friends, you know? What about your friends? No. What about her friends? Where are her friends that, you know, they cared a lot about her the same way that, you know, Emily, Spencer, Aria cared about Allie, Hannah cared about Allie, but they're nowhere to be found now, and the girl is found. Clearly she's on the news and everything, so they can't say they didn't know. I'm sorry that I keep touching this hair. Clearly I am doing the most. Anyway, yeah, what else happened this episode? Oh, so Spencer is having these flashbacks that are insane. At first I thought, oh, nothing really crazy happened. But perhaps something did happen. Something really bad happened in the dollhouse. Because Spencer is having these flashbacks now of, like, blood all over her. Like, she was asleep, she woke up, and there was blood all over her. Blood over the floor. Anytime she sees blood or something that looks like blood, she gets these flashbacks. She's having these anxiety attacks, and it looks like it's going the worst on her, to the point that she went into Aria's garbage trying to get her pills because Aria threw her pills out. Which, you know, is pretty extreme. But she wants to get a break from all this stress and anxiety and what have you. I feel like she should go see a shrink or something, because clearly nothing's gonna help. She went so far as to try the New Girl at the Brews weed brownies or weed cookies or whatever, and Ezra told her the right thing. He said he doesn't want to judge her, but at the same time, once she's off that high, it's like you're back to reality, and she's all, I can't sleep, you know. But I get it. I guess I don't really get it, but I guess, you know, she's trying to cope any way she can. So she went through that the entire episode pretty much. And then Emily is continuing to be close to Sarah, but Hannah pretty much showed like, yeah, like, I don't even know the girl. I don't care about Sarah. Like, it's whatever. But Emily is so attached to Sarah. And let's not forget that Emily was once A's favorite. So I think that Emily is A's favorite for one reason. She's the type to just kind of take on projects of people and not let go. What she was supposed to do with Sarah was, you know, help her out for a night or two, send her back home. But she does not want to do that. And I think A is using Sarah to get through to Emily, or like kind of create some type of breach somehow, like gonna create this connection with Sarah and Emily and then use that somehow in the future. How, I don't know yet, but clearly that's what's happening, because Sarah's still here still mooching on Emily, you know, staying at her house and befriending her and making her care. So now it's gonna get to a point where it's like, oh, when she really does have to leave, she's not gonna want her to leave either. Emily's mom was trying to make an effort to make them go to see Dr. Sullivan, and then Emily's already like defending her, like, oh, you know, she doesn't want to go talk to somebody, blah 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 blah. And it's like, girl, you can't take on people's problems to the point that she's taking them on. It's like, you also have stuff to deal with. And I think Emily is instead trying to kind of, what is the word? No, like I said before, take her on as a project, and like that's how she's gonna cope with her own issues through Sarah. But I don't think that's really gonna help in the long run. But whatever. Who else? Hannah. Hannah is just being smothered by Caleb, and I hope they're really not gonna break up Caleb. I see what they're trying to do here, and I don't appreciate it. Caleb is really just trying to be, you know, the good boyfriend. He was actually worried. He went through so much just because of Hannah and this whole A situation, that for her to be like, oh, you're smothering me, I need my space. I get it, but I feel like she should have found another way to tell him that and just be like, I'm here now, you know, I think you just need to calm down. And she should just keep him in on stuff, because clearly all he is doing is worrying when he could be of use of finding out crap about Charles. But whatever. What else? So like they kind of let them on a break or whatever, because she was like, I need some space. And he's like, alright, but deuces. No. He was a little pissed off, which is understandable because, well, it's not fair to him. Because he went through a lot for that girl. But anyway, who else? Oh, Aria. Aria also is finding a hard time coping. Like, she wasn't opening up to her dad. She just wants to take pictures. And they showed a flashback of her in a dollhouse as well. And as to why her hair was cut, and I was actually talking to somebody about that. Like, why was Aria's hair cut when she came out of the dollhouse? Like, who cut her hair? Clearly it was Charles. And he cut her hair to tell her, you better dye your hair pink or else you're going to lose it all. I would have just let him shave it off. Her hair's going to grow back. Nah, she probably looks crazy. But, yeah, Charles or whoever. My thing is, what is it about this person who is not Charles but is acting like Charles, wants to keep all the girls in their past? What is it about the past that makes this person who is trying to be Charles or whatever it is, bring them to their past? And someone was saying, oh, perhaps the reason why Spencer saw blood and stuff in the dollhouse was because she killed somebody or something bloody happened in her past. And then some people are saying, because I don't know, I was just reading spoilers because, well, whatever. Some people were saying, oh, what if this person is Ren and he has something to do with their past? And it's like, why does nobody recognize him? Why is he British? Why so many things, you know? And then, but then I think about it, who cares about Spencer's past to the point of blood, you know? Like, maybe Melissa. I don't know. What else? Well, Aria. Yeah, so Charles had Aria dye her hair, which I don't even get how that actually happened, the way that they made it, like, happen or whatever, with the bottle and all of that. She's like, I'm not your doll, but, oh, he's like, yeah, you are, pretty much. And, what else happened this episode? Oh, so they go to Aunt Carol's house. I talked about this in passing when they went, who is it? Hannah, Spencer, Jason, and Allie go to Aunt Carol's house, and what do they find? It's pretty much abandoned now. And they find Charles's gravestone, but of course anybody could have put that there. We don't know that Mrs. D put that there. We don't know who's in the grave. Hannah was about to dig it up, but she didn't really do it. And it's like, who knows? Like, if Charles is Charles, the Charles who is A is Charles, or if Charles De Laurentiis is actually dead and this person is trying to kind of avenge Charles for something, for some reason. Like, they met Charles and Radley. Then some people are going through a list of who it could be. It could have been Cece, it could have been Ren, it could have been Bethany. But honestly, I don't know. I feel like Sarah Harvey might be Bethany, but I don't know if she is the person in charge of all this, or if it's somebody else. It could be very well be Cece. Why? CD. I always thought it's interesting. Her name is Cece Drake. Cece's not even really a name. But I guess it is for her. And then the CD, the initial CD and CD, Charles D. Laurentiis, Cece Drake. Maybe she's A. But then it's like, what is your obsession and why? That, I want to know the why, because I get the obsession a little bit, and Charles didn't go to high school, clearly. He was in Raleigh the whole time, died at 16, supposedly, so he didn't even really go to prom, and maybe he did. I don't know. It doesn't make any sense to me right now. All I know is that there's a lot more to be told in the Summer of Answers. Another thing that was pretty cray is the fact that all the girls have trackers on them. And I wonder if Mona has one too. Here's the thing. The girls woke up. The 4 girls, not Mona, but the 4 girls woke up in that hospital room, morgue looking thing, naked. And perhaps there was an implant put in all of them. Where? I do not know. It's creepy because they didn't have any open wounds. So where did Charles stick that implant? And they were all checked out in the hospital and it wasn't found. Or, you know, maybe they weren't looking for an implant. But Charles has trackers on all of them, and that's creepy. And I didn't see one for Bethany or Sarah or whatever. Didn't see one for Mona and didn't see one for Sarah. So that means, and Sarah and Emily were together, so that means that she doesn't have a tracker. Why is that? Why is the trackers only on the liars? And I don't even know one wasn't on Allie because Allie wasn't captured. So, what's that about? And what else? I was just gonna say something. Yeah, so they all have trackers. Oh, and I looked at the promo for next episode, and what's her face? Mona's gonna be back with her regular hair color, and she's all on edge because, you know, she could get charges pressed against her for faking her own death. She's still worried about Allie. It's like the only people that were worried about Allie still are Toby and Mona. Everybody else kind of is over Allie. We didn't see Toby this episode at all, and it seems like Spencer was going through all the stuff that she was going through on her own. Sorry, the fly. On her own. So that I found weird. You also didn't see Lorenzo this episode. Oh, and I noticed they keep bringing these guys in here. Lorenzo is new. That guy that Aria met in the photo, what is that called again? By the darkroom photo studio thingamajig in Hollis when she got locked in the darkroom. And the way he so yeah, there are these new characters, and the way that the guy, what's his face? The one that was in, I forgot what he said his name was, the one that was in the darkroom or whatever, who's also a photographer. The way he treated the fact that she was locked inside the darkroom was like it wasn't a big deal. Meanwhile, he didn't see anything. So how did that happen? Who put the stopper in the door? Who was that? How did that happen so quickly? I still want to know how A is doing what he or she is doing and why. I feel like even though this is the Summer of Answers, I haven't gotten any concrete answers because, of course, again, they do the thing, oh, Charles is A. We find out who A is. Charles is A. But now Charles is dead. So it's not Charles. It's somebody else. Like, come on, PLO. Come on. Like, it's good. The episodes are really good. I just feel like it's still the runaround just because they can. Because, well, this is PLL. What do you expect? No runaround? Like, no. What else? And, oh, the promo for next week seems super creepy, like a horror story or something. Like something out The Grudge or something like that. Like, I don't know if that was somebody's flashbacks or somebody's dreams or something like that. But, like, the girl coming out the tub, and it was creepy looking. So you should definitely look at that if you haven't seen the promos, which you probably have because I'm super late because it's Monday. But yeah, I don't know. Next week looks super weird. And Sarah's going to talk about, oh, I saw somebody, a girl in a black hoodie a number of times. Like, really? I don't trust Sarah if you guys haven't noticed yet. So I guess we're gonna see what happens. I'm not sure if I forgot anything else, but definitely leave a comment down below. Let me know what you thought of last week's episode. And yeah, if I missed anything, also comment, let me know. Looking forward to tomorrow's episode, and hopefully I see it early. I believe I will get a recap up on Thursday because of my schedule this week. I hope that I can keep to that. Sorry. So yeah, thank you guys so much for watching this video. Definitely like the video if you like the video. Comment down below, like I said before. Subscribe for future videos, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye.